time when the President Obote when he had just returned from Tanzania during the 1980 general elections, I was in senior 3. And he visited Bukedi College, Kachonga. And after he had left, we struggled to sit in the chair where he had sat.
Oh, to get the feel.
To get the feel. But at that time, when you could hear him speak, you'd say, but when I grow up,
I want to be like President
I want to
Obote.
be like him. Because
Okay.
that's the only leader we were looking at the time. Because Amin had been there, and you know what had happened during Amin's time. So Obote, we had heard stories because he was exiled when we were young children. And when he returns, we had an opportunity to see him for the first time, but also to admire the way he was speaking at that time. So that inspired many young people to join politics. And given my nature of wanting to study for or to work for the rights of other students or children, then it gave me an advantage and an opportunity to be elected as a leader.
And then why did hell break loose and you were expelled? Because I mean, you're a student leader, double student leader to say, head prefect, no so president.
Do I have to go into that?
Please, it is past after all. But what could have caused the expulsion?
Very sad that my headmaster who expelled me died and was buried last month.
Oh.
The late Olinga Okui Olupot. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
Amen.
He was a mentor, he was a father, and he made us who we are.
Okay.
But when you're growing up as a young man, there are things that you do to please the people you lead. But at times, they may not be good. Because the headmaster was coming from Teso.
Yeah.
And every weekend, he would go with the school truck. He would drive the school truck. Perhaps to go and do some work at home. But whenever there was no water at school, that meant students going to fetch water on their heads.
And yet you had a truck, which
And to me, I thought this was a bit unfair. And I protested as the students' leader.
Kajanja.
I protested as a student leader. And I wrote a letter, which when I went with home after I had been expelled, when my father read through it, he wondered how a child in school would write such a letter to a headmaster who is his boss.
Okay.
And my father, I remember him telling me that if you have any disagreement with your boss, don't put it in writing. Because the letter will remain abusing him even when you have made an apology.
Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store to download the Afro mobile app.